So, along with Dr. Shapiro and myself, we have a clinical nutritionist on board too. Certain things go beyond the scope of just losing weight, and we want to refer it to professional. I think it's good that everybody specializes in their own division. Someone doesn't do all the different elements. So if you could introduce yourself and your recent success this weekend.
My recent success. Susan Stivalo. I have a master's in applied clinical nutrition from New York Chiropractic. I have been in the fitness industry probably since I'm about 18 years old. Competed in aerobics back in the day, went on to fitness with the NPC, went on to WBFF to figure, and now I'm doing bikini athletic with the Inspire Sports League. And I won overall this weekend in my class, which I was very excited about, going to nationals.
And we actually had a little video about this before, but tell us about some of your clients, and tell us if you could see the one mistake other coaches make with clients that could be dangerous. A lot of coaches overprescribe cardio, cut carbs, girls have thyroid issues. People sometimes do one show.
There's a lot of different things. I mean, I coach both and train both men and women bodybuilders, physique competitors, figure competitors, and bikini girls. And if you don't go according to the science of their body, and you don't know what's going on with their blood work, and they don't have a physician actually even going into the realm of even going through food allergies and going through their bloods to see if they have thyroid issues or elevated cortisol, or maybe they're just a postpartum mom that wants to kind of get back into shape, what you're going to find is that everyone's macronutrients are going to be different based on their lifestyle, based on their activity levels. I think what I find as a coach, there's a lot of cookie cutters out there. Unfortunately, there's a lot of cookie. There's a standard. Okay, by Wednesday you're going to deplete your water, and you're going to sodium load on Monday to Wednesday, and then you're going to cut your sodium. And I don't believe in any of that. I believe that if you've had sodium in your diet, then you should, and you look amazing.
Why take it out?
Then why take it out?
Yeah.
I am not a proponent of certain protein powders for certain people depending on their dietary intake. A lot of women cannot tolerate whey. A lot of women rather would do much better with egg white or a beef protein. Where men, on the other hand, they have a better metabolism and they can tolerate a whey protein.
One of the biggest, I've seen a lot of female clients with severe constipation issues. And as they diet, I just see it getting worse. They hold water, they bloat, and I think that's huge. They reabsorb an estrogen. Not going to the bathroom, I think is just horrible on all, realms. So why does that happen so much with female competitors?
I think what happens with female competitors is that they do so much cardio because they think they need to be skinny rather than to be lean and muscular. So they'll go to the gym for an extra hour and do an extra hour of cardio but not take in the water.
So it's like the dehydration?
It's a dehydration problem. I mean, I think if you looked at their BUN levels, I think they'd probably be a little bit dehydrated, on an average. Or if their urine is actually very dark yellow, it's going to be...
And don't you agree that a lot of coaches, they don't know if clients not dropping weight, they just panic and put more cardio in? That's just like a fallacy.
Yeah, I've had a client that I coached from, she was living in Bermuda, and her trainer had her doing, she was like this big, very, very skinny, and he had her doing 45 minutes of cardio morning, noon, and night. And it was just ripping her muscle apart.
If her adrenals get taxed, her thyroid goes down. Sometimes
her thyroid goes down, when your cortisol levels, and Dr. Shapiro can tell you, is that when your cortisol levels are elevated, your appetite hormone is going to kick in. So your ghrelin is going to kick in, and then they're hungry. And then you're running into a problem with like a spiking of insulin. When you spike your insulin, you're not going to lose any body fat.
And then people do these shows, they binge after the show, their thyroid shut down, they gain tons of weight, and they can't
What happens also, I think, when you deplete with water, and I tell all of my athletes, whether it's a male or a female, is that the way that you pyramid down to your dehydration, you have to make sure, because you're dehydrating your brain as well, you're dehydrating your whole body. So you don't want to overload your body with water, because then you're going to have electrolyte imbalance, and then you could have a heart attack, right? For the most part.
So one of the important things you mentioned here is insulin and cortisol, and what we find is a lot of patients who have high insulin and cortisol levels, they're holding on to body fat all day long because of this binding free fatty acids. So high insulin, high glucose, high cortisol is not what we want. And what's benefiting our practice is having a clinical nutritionist on board, as well as someone who's focused in training, food preparation, proper exercise. So together, between hormone replacement therapy, exercise, and nutrition, that's sort of the focus of what I've been, since doing Cenogenics. I'm the president of Cenogenics in New York City, and we also do a Cenogenics type practice up here in Westchester. So it's a big focus of the way it should be done. It's a triple component. It's not just one component. You need all three.
There's no guesswork.
So there's no guesswork. There is no guesswork. But I just getting back to the athletes, just so that you can tell your athletes after their show, they cannot just have a freebie. They can have a cheat meal and they can enjoy their cheat meal, but they really need to go back to their 2-week out plan.
I've seen people go to the hospital from water retention.
From water
to such
retention to
extreme-
edema.
Right.
That's
And
too
then they're taking
extreme.
diuretics, they're cutting water on top of that, and then yeah, it's bad.
And then of course depending on the diuretic, whether it's potassium sparing diuretic like L-dactone or spironolactone or Diazide, I think is that a
yeah, it's a popular.
it's also so
Yeah,
or if they're taking
without
Lasix,
supervision.
yeah, right, without supervision.
Yeah.
So or they're taking Lasix and they
Yeah.
can. I mean, I had a client take 100 milligrams of Lasix and she was in the hospital. I mean, she
Yeah.
almost had a heart attack and died.
How could someone reach you? I'm gonna put a link on my website to both of them, and but if someone wanted to reach you independently, if they have something serious going on, they just need help. What's the best way that they could reach you?
They can reach me either via my cell here in the office, or I have a website. It's bdyshaper.com,
Okay.
which I have a website before and after pictures of my athletes and my credentials and so on.
Like I said, I think the best thing now is just, it's re-education, right? People thought things were one way. Science improves. People don't catch on.
And I am a
So-
continuing education provider for NASM, ACE, and AFA. So I have held several workshops, especially with pregnant women and athletes and just different training modalities in general.
Okay, so like I said, I want to try to do more videos and maybe more seminars here on a monthly basis. Just really re-educate people and help them do things the right way and the safe way. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.